Now let's take you back to the story now. The case against a couple charged with child abuse at Komani in the Eastern Cape has been postponed to next Tuesday. It's alleged a couple aged 30 and 39 years assaulted a 12-year-old boy and forced him to eat on his own feces. This allegedly happened after the boy relieved himself in front of their gate on Saturday. Now it's believed the couple threatened to shoot the boy if he did not oblige. Now let's discuss this further. We're joined by Petros Majola from the Khula Development Project. Petros, thank you so much for your time. I hope you can hear me this time. Now, it is such cases that perhaps highlight just how the welfare of children in South Africa is not prioritized. What was your reaction when you first heard about this case?
I cannot explain it more when I say I got shocked. I need something beyond that, because we are talking about a 12-year-old boy who could not control himself when he was attacked by a running stomach. He went to the house apparently because they were playing in front of that home. So he went inside to ask if he can use their bathroom. But unfortunately for him, he wouldn't make it to the house. So he decided to rather drop it outside their premises. That is when he was found and forced to eat the feces. And to us as child rights activists in the province and the country, we were shocked and disappointed, because we are talking about a gentleman or a religious leader, the so-called, with his wife. A woman was supposed to have protected the child, but both of them forced this child to eat. I couldn't hold my tears when I met with this boy today after the first appearance of the couple, when he narrated the story on how he ate the feces.
Oh, it's an absolutely shocking story, and I mean, you mentioned that you are shocked, and it is when we stop being shocked that these atrocities against our children probably continue to happen. How is the child doing, and what assistance is currently being offered to him?
Therapeutic services are being offered, because he does have some sessions with the social workers. But that will definitely not be enough. We need to work with his school, because his peers know what exactly has happened on that day, because he was not alone when he was forced to eat. Remember that we are talking about a little boy who was playing with other little boys, and they witnessed when this couple forced this one to eat. So there's a lot of intervention that we need to do. But at the same time, Saturday, when this thing took place, we were still on our last hours or days of Child Protection Week. And we get very disappointed, because it means that children in South Africa are not safe, while we are having all the efforts to create conducive environment for kids. But there are adult people who do not value a life of a child.
And now what makes it incredibly even more disappointing, I would say, it's not the first time in this province a case like this happened in the Eastern Cape. Earlier this year, a principal suspended for lowering a pupil into a pit toilet to retrieve his dropped cell phone. I mean, what's the latest on that case?
Yeah, on that one, we are. I'm going to check just to confirm the date, the court date, because the matter was postponed for further investigation. And we were also apparently crying to say, sometimes when you look at the justice system, they're playing with us, because the matter was brought to the attention of government by our organization. But it was postponed, and it was given a gap of about 2 months so that people can begin to forget about it. And we will not forget. We will have to go and remind them for the matter to go back to court. But now someone just said to me, what is wrong with the people of the Eastern Cape? Why do they think that feces is something to play with? Because we are not talking about food here. We are not talking about yogurt, but we are talking about human waste. So Eastern Cape has got a problem when it comes to children or child protection.
And I mean, also in the way in which, especially with this latest case, the way in which this story played itself out, we understand that the two accused also pulled out a gun on a child, which is a criminal offense.
They did not actually pull it out, literally showing the gun, but they threatened the boy. The husband said, "I'm going to shoot you with my firearm." Now the police, in their investigation, they are asking this man to come to bring the firearm because they want to see. Now he claims that, "No, I was just threatening this boy. I wanted him to get frightened. I don't have a firearm." But to a child, when you say, "I am going to shoot you," then the child will not ask if you really have a firearm or not.
There's also the issue of bullying, of children. I mean, we've seen these scenes play themselves out across the country with school children, against school children violence. What is being done? I mean, these incidences are happening at a time, as you said, where we're highlighting child abuse because of Child Protection Week. What is being done now, given just the amount of work that is needed, to educate our societies? Are we going to stop at Child Protection Week as your organization specifically? What is the work that you are now going to do to take these matters forward?
We always preach that gospel of protecting children 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. So we will not stop because we have come to the end of the campaign, but we'll continue. We have invited the Department of Education to say, let us sit down and see what type of a program can we put in place in order for us to address the issues of bullying in schools, the issues of corporal punishment where educators found implicated. So we are waiting for them to come back to us. We suggested a date. They never responded. They only responded after the date. But they have committed that we can work together. But on the other side, we believe that children are with their parents most of the time. And that is the reason we continue with imbizos in the communities so that we engage parents. Because parents always believe that ever since the corporal punishment was abolished, their right to mentor and mold a child was taken away. And we are busy with them to show them that there is more other ways of disciplining or instilling values in a child, not only by beating up a child. So we are working with the traditional leaders, we are working with religious communities, we are working with the members of the communities in their areas.
Well, I certainly hope that your efforts do bear fruit, especially in that province, given this incident and the previous incidences that we've seen. Mr. Petros Majola, thank you so much for your time this afternoon while we continue with more of our top stories.